Hello everyone, my name is Canyon Fillmore, and this week I was chosen to be the representative for the new Ventilator group. So far we have 12 hours worked on the new project, and we weren't sure whether or not to combine the old hours that we had with the new hours, so we just went with the new. So we've come up with a really rough design. Right now it definitely needs some work, which we will be providing a better drawing next week. But essentially we have our bag valve with a motor. This section we need to kind of clear up. There was some miscommunication between us group members, but continuing on, we've got two potentiometers. There's a compression rate and then the volume that will be controlled using an Arduino board. So the action items status update, we had to come up with a baseline design. We had to start research on medical codes, which we completed both of those. We've got to sort through the massive amount of data at our disposal because a lot of these medical documents are anywhere from 20 to 150 pages long. So with everything going on with the coronavirus, some of our biggest concerns are whether or not we'll have enough time to come up with a unique design that hasn't already been done, because I know a lot of universities around the country are doing this same project, and it's really cool to see the stuff that they've come up with. But at the same time, it makes it a little bit more challenging for us to come up with an original idea. So the second big concern is figuring out a way to efficiently sort through all of the code documents, trying to understand all of their jargon and stuff like that, because we're not super familiar with medical jargon and stuff like that, so it's going to be something that we're going to have to kind of learn as we go. We now know that there's more than one set of codes that medical devices have to fall under. There's the FDA, and I can't remember what the other one is, but the big one was the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Association. Which creates a lot of the codes for a lot of medical equipment as well as everyday items. So the last big challenge and concern that we've had is coordinating with group members online is proving to be a little bit more difficult than originally anticipated, just because, while yes, we're all supposed to be under quarantine, it's still challenging to find time where everyone is free and can actually meet up to discuss the project. However, we are working on this problem, and we've got more or less a set meeting time now that we'll be using for the rest of the semester, so that won't be too much of a concern anymore. So what we want to get done next week, we want to continue the researching the relevant codes and pick out the ones that best fit ventilators and the ones that ventilators must meet. And then we also, like I said earlier, need to take another look at our design and come up with a more practical design. But however, I feel like we are at a really good spot right now, especially on such a short turnaround period from being on the CNC machine. So this is our Gantt chart. It's kind of hard to break up research slash theoretical design projects into tasks per se, because a lot of it is research, but we've broken it up into research medical design challenges, so like the ones that MIT and other big universities have done. uh, Proposed design simplified component for ventilation systems. Suzuki's responsible for both of those. Researching the circuitry in ventilators, which Samantha will be responsible for. Uh, List of codes and regulations in New Mexico and the United States, and then mark up top ventilators begins to be manufactured. Matt's responsible for both of those. Uh, I will be responsible for researching New Mexico manufacturing capabilities and developing a plan for manufacturing. Samantha will also be in charge of researching New Mexico regional needs for ventilators and the plan for distribution. So project finalization, that's coming out, that's getting the final presentation and everything put together. We are all going to be responsible for that. And this is just our task list that I went over on the previous slide. I don't know if I gave you a decent look at our Gantt chart, but as you can see there towards the top, we gave ourselves as much time as we could for design. And you notice right there around April 21st, we have a whole bunch of stuff going on that needs to get done. But if we are able to get all of that stuff done while still working on that second line item right there, then we are confident that we will be able to deliver a decent design on a new ventilator and a good plan for manufacturing and distribution of it.